We talk about the celebrations around the Lowcountry, but can anything be better than the Bridge Bowl? Hilton Head High hosting Bluffton on the new turf of the Seahawks. Marcus Walsh led our coverage.
How the tables have turned. We're back here after the Bridge Bowl at Seahawks Stadium, the Nest Community Stadium. Marcus Walsh, Daniel Cort, Joseph Keith Philman, the rest of our WHHI crew here with you. A huge 16-7 Hilton Head win over Bluffton, and then finding out that Beaufort goes down to May River 24-21. Crazy happenings here in the Lowcountry on this night. Tell you what, we had two MVPs tonight, and both played every way imaginable in the positive category, especially with Snead coming back from being hurt a couple of times.
Yeah.
Salebi, 3 field goals and an interception late in the second half. Tremendous performance, and they just outlasted Bluffton. We talked about it a lot, Daniel, during the broadcast. These penalties are critical, and they are really hurting, unfortunately, the Bluffton Bobcats, who are a very good football team.
Yeah, they had a lot of trouble with focus and concentration last week. It started that way tonight, and the problem with the penalties is it does a couple of things. First of all, it cost momentum.
Yes.
You know, we see Bluffton get a lot of momentum and then have to go, what do they say, 2 steps forward and 3 back.
Yeah.
Then players get a little pensive. They get tentative. They wonder, is everything I'm doing out here when I'm trying to be aggressive going to cost me a penalty? So that's tough to get around. Outside of that, I thought they came out and played a great second half. They came out and punched Hilton Head in the mouth, but Hilton Head responded.
Yes, they did.
And
in a big way, too.
Coach Payne's concern was those wide receivers of Bluffton and the arm of Max von Hohenstraten, and the suspect performances that the secondary of Hilton Head has had, but boy, did they step up in a huge way. It was a very strong defensive game on both sides, but Hilton Head was, in the end, like you said, just outlasted the Bluffton talent.
Max got hurt, got poked in the eye. We figure we'll see him next week at the Broad River Bowl at Bluffton against Beaufort. Bluffton and Beaufort both losing certainly make that game a huge game, probably the game of the week next week. Hilton Head goes on to face James Island on the road. Hilton Head on this field, this beautiful field behind us, is 2-0. They have only won 1 game on the road previous. They're no longer the road warriors, so to speak, because they've played a couple of games here. They've got a tough test at James Island next week.
Yeah, they do, but as B.J. Payne said, that they're already in the playoffs. So now they can just relax, play ball. That pressure is off of them. James Island has a tough defensive football team, pretty potent offense. That's going to be a good contest. But as we said, with May River victorious over the 7th ranked in the state Beaufort Eagles tonight, that opens the whole region up. Anything can happen, so it's going to be really exciting.
And Bluffton, even though they lost, we had talked to John Halp before the game. They look to possibly be in because there are 5 teams going in, even if they end up being number 5. But there's a lot of momentum riding into that Beaufort game next week that we'll have here on WHHI. They're going to have to cut down the penalties. Hate to say it again, but it's true. And it's going to be a good game with 2 very good football teams that don't quite mirror each other as much as the 2 we saw here tonight. A little bit more contrasting styles. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bluffton's going to see probably the most potent passing attack in the Beaufort Eagles next week. But I think with May River winning tonight, in fact, when I mentioned it to Jalen Snead, he said, oh boy, it's game on now.
Game on for sure.
It's going to be exciting to see how things unfold as we move into the playoffs.
Let's send it on back to Bob in the studio. For Daniel Cort, Jeremy Pope, the rest of our great WHHI crew, including Larry Jacomont, I'm Marcus Walsh. Bob, back to you.